I'm working like 12 hours a day, and my hand smells like onions. Like, how am I ever gonna meet a girl? You know, I put my arm around, I got the onion hand, you know. So I go to my doctor for depression, you know? And I'm just like, listen, I was just looking for Xanax, you know, just like calm me down. And he introduces me to his office manager, and that's my wife, Vicky. So like now I need more Xanax.
Carrying a heavy sword, you can bet it all. I wrote this song on Palm Sunday, thinking about the times that I crashed my mom's Hyundai. Thinking one day it could be the real thing, but it was a pump fake. Oh well, I didn't need it anyway. Believe me when I say I'll be on my own until I see the day. I gotta blow up.
South Philly spots, John's Roast Pork, Snyder Avenue, across from Snyder Plaza. Get a shot of that Chuck E. Cheese over there. John said we had to come early if we wanted to tape, but they're cutting up the bread, they're making the pork. In my opinion, Rich, best chicken cheesesteak I've ever had. I know that is like on the record, pretty crazy to say, but in my humble opinion, very humble opinion, John's Roast Pork has the best chicken cheesesteak I've ever had. Growing up, coming to John's, I can't tell you how many times I would come here and they would be shutting down at like 2 o'clock or 1:45 in the afternoon because they would run out of bread. I don't know if that's still an issue. That was going to be one of the first questions I was going to ask him, if they still run into that issue where they run out of bread. They got their own potato chip for hers. That's a pretty big deal, you know? Take the time, we're in no hurry.
Okay.
No hurry.
Wow. The winner is
111 miles, 23 restaurants, and the winner is. So then you open it up.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Dude, right? And not only that, we like swept every category, you know? Sold porks and meatball, like we were never a cheesesteak place. So what happened was, I was in my 3rd year at St. Joe's University, and my dad, I was studying psychology. I wanted to be a sports psychologist, you know? So, my dad gets lung cancer. And my mom says, what do you want to do? Do you want to run the business? Like, I was always good at, you know, doing it. But it wasn't what it is now. Like, it was, like, the area was, you know, beat up. So, like, we were known by the neighborhood as, you know, the Pork Shack. You know, that's what
it was a grab and go place.
Yeah, it was truck drivers. So when we open up here, I go to see how my dad makes his cheesesteak. And he makes like the worst cheesesteak. It's like the worst cheesesteak. He used to put like 4 ounces of frozen meat on the grill. He would cook it for 2 minutes. He would turn it, put 2 slices of cheese, cook it another minute, and put it on a Velati roll, which was delicious. A Velati roll back in the day.
I don't remember.
Who's that?
Velati, Gino's and Pat's used to use Velati marinelli.
You still use Garangi?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Where was Velati?
Velati was on 11th Street. He just hated making cheesesteaks. Like, you know, he was an auto mechanic. He fixed tanks in the Korean War. He didn't want to do this. But so, like, when I came here, I said, like, I lived above Larry Steaks when I went to college. And I got to meet, we were friends with Larry, the grandson. He used to come up and party in our room.
I'm a fan of Larry.
Yeah,
because my buddy went to St. Joe's.
Yeah.
And that was a huge late night.
It was great
cheesesteak
back
spot.
in the day. Like,
Yeah.
I started putting 12 ounces of meat, you know, like our current.
Well, your sandwich is heavy.
Yeah. So like.
It was always that way?
No. So like I said, we started with 12 ounces of meat. We put 6 slices of cheese, cooked the onions with it. We would make small batches at a time. We still do that. Like we don't make. Like that's why it might take a little while to get the cheesesteak because it's made to order. Like we don't have a big pile of steak made up and we just
cook at the house.
No, yeah, I do all the cooking, but we don't cook that much anymore. But anyway, when this all happened, like we had just won the James Beard Award, you know. So
what's the James Beard Award?
It's funny you said that. It's like the Oscars of the culinary arts. Like I have that floating around somewhere. It's like. It's about the best thing, like chefs, like that's what they aspire to get. So they call on Friday, and we're busy. I'm pumping it out, like you remember, like customers are in here, and I'm going crazy. This is 2006.
I meant to ask you. I remember you guys always running out of bread.
Yeah.
Is that still a problem?
No,
You
I
run
mean,
into?
ironically, we ran out of bread yesterday. But
No,
usually
it don't happen. We don't run out.
I know.
There's a sign outside.
I know. That's why I said, ironically, we ran out of bread yesterday. But it
Of all the
happens.
questions.
It happens.
That's
Like,
a great problem to have.
but
How many
see,
rolls you order?
Oh, it depends on the day. The show that made us international was Andrew Zimmern's Bizarre Foods in the World Guy.
Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
So that show's on in 33 different countries. So it's crazy because I asked him, like, what's bizarre about our food? He sat at that table with
Yeah,
my
what is
mom.
bizarre?
Yeah, he said because the way that we prepare the pork is very indigenous. to
You
this
making it
one
ready
area.
for today?
It's in the back.
Wait, so that mustard and onions, is that well
That's the way
known?
my dad used to make it. You can shut this fan so it's...
Do people order that?
Yeah. On my recommendation, we have it on the menu, pop-up special. Mustard just works with pork. It really does.
Yeah.
If you notice a Cubano like sandwich, like,
Yeah.
that's kind of got mustard
Yeah.
on it. That's pork. You know, so it's not like it's out of nowhere.
People come in and say, "Hey, I need a quick order," and you'll be straight with them. You're
No.
like, "It ain't happening."
No,
You would tell
absolutely.
them.
Like,
You would
they
be
used to call
you would
me-
be very direct. I remember your mother would be like,
before I had the leukemia and was out for 2+ years, like they used to call me, like I was in the review, they called me the pork Nazi. I was because like
You get that, the pork Nazi.
So like it was in the review and I hated that because it wasn't that I was being mean. It's like the thing was, it was that transition period where we had all men, we were 99% men, and we'll get back to where my dad says that, you know, but we were 99% men, it was truck drivers, and these guys had to get back to work. Like, they had 30 minutes for work. So I can't have a tourist going, what do you think I should get? You know, like, I just can't have that. So, like, I would just go, next. Like, you know, I had made a deal with God. I was like, just get me out of this Fox Chase Hospital, God, and get me back to work, and I'll be a nicer person. Like, the pork Nazi will die at Fox Chase.
Pork Nazi.
So
That's the title of the
So-
episode.
so-
Pork Nazi.
so-
No pork for you.
So, when I come back, like, I'm being real nice to my regular customers, and I'm not, thank you very much, can I help you? And they hate it. They're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm trying to be polite and, like, nice. They're like, we hate that. We love being yelled at. Like, you know, we can't tolerate this.